Welcome back to the Clara CFO Group channel. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic of the taxability of the PPP. So everybody has been chatting about this right now and really talking about it a lot because we're getting to the end of the year and tax planning is occurring and everybody's curious how PPP is going to be treated from a tax perspective. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stay tuned and please go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit the little bell to be notified of additional videos as they come out. All right, well, taxability of PPP has been talked about really ever since May, back when the IRS first put out their ruling around how they were going to treat the PPP funds. Now, if you remember in the CARES Act, it says specifically that the PPP should not be treated as taxable income. However, the IRS has said that when funds are given, they're essentially kind of like a reimbursement for your expenses, therefore they are not deductible on your taxes. So even though it's not treated as taxable income, what is happening is the IRS is saying that we are not able to deduct those expenses on our tax returns, okay? So this is a really big deal right now because everybody's trying to figure out what the tax effect is of the PPP. And essentially what's happening is the net effect is that it's acting like taxable income at the end of the day, because if you can't deduct expenses, it means your net income is higher. Now, I did a whole video proving out basically the tax effect of the PPP, and I will link that in the comments below because you might want to see the numbers and just see exactly how this is going to be treated for the purposes of the IRS. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up to you because recently in November, the IRS has doubled down in a revenue ruling and basically said, hey, even if you don't apply for forgiveness in 2020, if you think your expenses are going to be forgiven, you need to assume that they will be, and therefore you need to not include those expenses on your 2020 tax return. So what does that mean for you? That means that right now, let's say you had $100,000 of expenses because you had a $100,000 PPP loan. That means that if you think you spent that money in the right way and for eligible payroll costs, rent, mortgage interest, and utilities, then what that means is that you are not going to be able to take those deductions on your 2020 tax return. So if you had a zero net income for the year, that means that you're going to have to remove $100,000 of those expenses, which is going to bump up your taxable income to $100,000. So that means you will have tax effect on the PPP. Again, go back and check out that video because I do give real numbers and you can see exactly how it's going to be treated, and it's pretty helpful. So make sure you check out that video in the link below. Now, the big deal here is that the IRS, people were saying, hey, hold off on applying for forgiveness because if you apply in 2021, maybe you can move your tax effect to 2021. But the IRS is saying that is not the case. And what they're basically trying to get all borrowers to do is essentially make an estimate of what they believe will be forgiven as of December 31st, 2020. So this is kind of putting the onus on the borrower, on the small business owner, to come up with their number. What do they think is going to be forgiven? So this is a big issue right now. Please talk to your CPA, your tax preparer, whoever is helping you with your taxes, and talk about the fact that you did receive a PPP and you want to know what the effects of what the tax effects are going to be of your PPP. Now, this is what the IRS has said as of today. Today, we are talking December 12th, 2020. So this video is going to be posted probably on the 14th of December, and Congress has another week in session before they break for the holidays. So this is kind of a time-sensitive thing because there have been many, many industry groups and trade groups trying to lobby Congress to change this, to put in legislation to essentially make PPP both non-taxable income and deductible for tax purposes. So that would be going against the IRS rules and what they have said. And this is a big deal. Hundreds of trade groups have been writing in about this. This is a very big deal where small businesses are still struggling. They can't be coming up with hundreds or tens of thousands of additional dollars to cover the tax effect of this. And honestly, this was kind of one of those things that a lot of people overlooked. They just heard, okay, it's not taxable income, and so they didn't think about the fact that there still might be a tax effect on the PPP funds. So my job is to bring you this information and to kind of tell you where we are as of right now. So where we are as of right now is we have to go ahead and try to work with the rules that we've been given, right? So we do have the legislation from, or the rules from the IRS. So as of right now, we have to assume that those expenses are not going to be deductible for 2020. If you believe you're going to get them forgiven, you cannot deduct them on your tax return. However, we would really like to see Congress put in some sort of legislation to help out the small business owner. And I know there's a lot of push to do that. Whether or not they will accomplish it is a totally different thing. So stay tuned. If we hear anything else, you know you will hear it here. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because I absolutely want to bring you this information as soon as I hear it, and as soon as I can get it out to you, I absolutely will. So thank you for watching today, and please stay tuned. Thanks so much. Bye.